Hello everybody, my name is QuackerDecker10 and welcome to my tutorial. This tutorial will teach you how to draw in the MSM style, or perhaps imitate it, but just on Procreate, which is the drawing app that I use, and I recommend it for beginners. However, if you want to get it, it does unfortunately cost a price, and if you want to get it, you have to spend money. It's worth it though. But the reason I'm making this video is because there is a good amount of MSM art style tutorials. However, I've never really seen any that use Procreate. So I'm going to be the one to do so! First, you're going to want to open up your app, and then you're going to want to look for these brushes. These are the brushes that I use to replicate the MSM style. The ones you're going to need are the Studio Pen, the Gel Pen, the Technical Pen, the Script Pen, and the Brush Pen. These are what I recommend the most when you're making MSM. First, you're going to start off by making your little concept. I use the Narander pencil. This is what I use to sketch out little sketches of a monster that I am planning on creating, or scrapping it if I don't like it that much. Now, in order to make an MSM monster look, well, MSM, you're really going to want to have to include some aspects of MSM that make MSM, well, MSM. Elements are a very important aspect when you're making a monster. You really got to encapsulate all the elements that you want to include in your monster. You can look at official monsters to see how their elements are included. For example, let's say Sponge, for example. The plant is represented by the little leaf and stem on the top of its head. The water is represented by the big bulbous body, almost aquatic-like appearance. And the air is represented in the sound itself, which is a whistle, which you do by blowing. Air, of course. The monster that I myself have created includes Plasma, Plant, and Psychic. As you can see, the Psychic is represented in the swirl in its stomach. The Plasma is represented by the main magenta color of the monster, and these little droopy things on its chin. And the Plant is represented by the little tree bark, along with the little leaf on its head. In order to be strategic as possible, you're going to want to start off by drawing the outlines. This is the first thing I recommend doing while you're rendering. The eyes are the first things that I render. You can do the same if you'd like. You can also add some extra detail to your monster, like what I'm doing here with these wood spikes. Now we begin the shading. Leaves are pretty easy to render. You don't have to add skin lines, but I'm only putting them here as a little example on how to do so.
when connecting something to another part, you always gotta make sure that the colors and the lines are separate layers. So that way we can do this process, which is shearing the lines to actually connect to the part that it is supposed to.